Dragon Ball Legends is probably the worst game I have ever played, bar none. Granted, this is a gacha game, so there will be times where simply you're just not going to get what you want, where you're going to get screwed over. But I think Dragon Ball Legends is the worst instance of a gacha game. Now, you may not believe me on that, but the in-game purchases speak for themselves. $95. $95 for 7k Chrono Crystals. Chrono Crystals are a currency you can easily grind in the game. However, at the same time, they're also an exhaustible resource, and you have to depend on events to get them in the first place. Now, I'm somebody who frequents a lot of Dragon Ball Legends social media, sites like Discord, Reddit, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. And I've seen quite a few people say that this game is carried hard by the Dragon Ball IP. And that's honestly true. There is no other game where almost every single meta is completely trash, completely horrible. At least as far as I know, that is as bad as Dragon Ball Legends. For clarification, I have been in this game for over 2 years now. And that entirety of those 2 years, almost every single meta was garbage. Every single one. No matter what. You had characters that were just completely terrible on release and they didn't do much. Characters that actively nerfed your game. Characters that are way too broken, way too overpowered to even be a character. Characters that literally just have everything in the game. There is no such thing as a good meta in Dragon Ball Legends. And for the very few instances that there are, they're very short-lived. And as for the specialized equipments that come with characters, you also have to gamble for those as well. As if grinding for characters wasn't enough, now you also have to grind for the items that make them good in the first place. Even in gameplay, you have to gamble from time to time. Rising Rush is a gamble. Overdrive is a gamble. When you clash with someone else, it's a gamble. Everything in this game is literally a gamble. However, despite all that, I think the true essence of Dragon Ball Legends lies in the fact that it's the most severe form of a love-hate relationship I've ever had with a game. I think that's what's truly special about Dragon Ball Legends. The fact that you'll always come back, despite all the horrible metas, despite all the gambling, despite all the incompetent decisions made by the developers of this game. And why? Because it's Dragon Ball. And also, this game is hype as fuck.